Hi, Pisces. My name is Ginger of Tarot by Ginger. It's good to have you here with me. I'm glad to be here with you. And let me just give you a little introduction. Let's see, I haven't been doing readings on YouTube for, I think a month and a half or so. There were some changes in my life and I needed to take care of things, and I'm back now. I'm happy to be back. So please, if you're enjoying these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe and share them with your friends and family so that the channel has the opportunity to reach a wider audience. There's my New York coming out. I would really appreciate that. I do offer private readings. I do them over Zoom. So I send you a link to a Zoom meeting. The reading is recorded and I will send it to you by email afterward so that you have it. I would love to do a reading for you. I think you would enjoy it, and so would I. Okay, Pisces. So before your reading, I did meditate on the sign of Pisces, the consciousness of Pisces, and what I felt is that there's an unease within you, and it has to do with not understanding how your psychic senses affect you on a day-to-day basis. Your emotions, I feel as though you're feeling really unsettled emotionally, and it probably has to do with taking in the emotions of others, because Pisces is the most sensitive psychically sign of the zodiac, which means that your energy field, you feel other people's emotions as though they're your own. And if you don't understand how that works, I encourage you to look into that. Empaths, we're called empaths when that happens, when we feel the emotions of others or even feel their pain, their physical pain, such as if somebody has a heart attack, you can feel that physical pain, or they break their leg. They broke their leg because you can feel that physical pain. There are ways of, setting our boundaries against that kind of information. But understanding how it affects us is the first step in dealing with that. So that's what I got. I also got the message to learn about your psychic sensitivities, because they are it's as though you're guided by them. You are guided completely by your psychic sensitivities, and if you don't understand that, this would cause a lot of disease within your body, within your mind, within your energy field. So that is what I'm getting for you. Okay, I'm going to pull a card from an oracle deck called Angelarium to find out what angel is working with you this month of November 2022. My readings are not timeless. They are for you during this month to help you understand the energies around you, how you can work with them, how they can help you, how you can take... sometimes, there's negative energy in our field, and we can choose to bypass them altogether because we kind of figure out where that negative energy is coming from. Or we can work with them. They're there for us to learn a lesson from. So if we're aware that they're there, I'm not sure that I would see what exactly the lesson is, because this is a reading for the consciousness of Psyche, of Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But you will know. You will know what is this lesson. What can I take from this that will be helpful to me in moving forward? How can I turn a negative situation, something that makes me feel uncomfortable, into a positive situation that makes me feel as though I'm living the life I'm meant to live. I'm being of service in the way I'm meant to be. So this angel, let's see what angel we get for Pisces. I call on the divine spirit Spirit of the Divine, the spirit guides of Pisces. What angel is working with Pisces this month? Let's see. You know what? It's Zadkiel, the angel of mercy. These angel cards are not the beautiful angels that we see in the Doreen Virtue decks. It's a little different, but you know what, Pisces, you are I forgot I have this. You are the angel of mercy, Pisces. It is your work to be merciful and help those who need your help. But I have a warning for you, and that is that most people that you're going to come in contact with don't need your help. They view your sensitivities as something to be taken advantage of, and probably you are recognizing that or have recognized that already. I'm going to read about Zadkiel. Oh my gosh, all right. Zadkiel, angel of mercy, the one who metes out forgiveness, and the one who judges transgression. Now this is the angel, not you. Zadkiel is the swift gavel as well as the crushing hammer. Those who have sinned against your fellow man, Zadkiel may relieve you of your punishment, but in asking you submit yourself to the scales of the angel's judgment and wrath. Zadkiel sees all the cracks and seams of the soul, finds all the things we cover up to convince ourselves of the illusion of a moral existence. So what this is about is it's your motives, your reason for doing something, your true reason for taking any action is very important. For you particularly, Pisces, it's, you can have an outward appearance of doing something for a merciful reason, but is it really? Is it really because you're being guided, acting as though you're a conduit for God's mercy, or are you doing it for another reason? And that is why Zadkiel can be the crushing hammer, because you're here to act from the purest motives possible that you're possibly able to attain. So, Zadkiel reminds us to reveal our failings openly and be judged by those who have the power to forgive. Yes, you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable in a public way. I'll explain that in a minute. And be judged by those who have the power to forgive. It is only the just who may make such reckoning. The signs of Zadkiel being around you are scales, as those scales of justice, rising smoke, and a gavel. What I want to say is, Pisces, that you're kind of held to a higher standard than most, because you're the last sign in the zodiac, which means you've already spent lifetime after lifetime in all of the other signs, and you will live many lifetimes in this sign to learn all the lessons to be learned. You really need to be true to yourself and not become the victim or the martyr. And that's what I mean by purity of purpose. You need to have a purity in your purpose, that you know that you're helping someone for the really right reason. Not because of an underlying motive that you may not even recognize. So that's something you need to pay attention to. Okay. Now I'm going to be pulling oracle cards and tarot cards alternatively. And let's see what Spirit of the Divine and Pisces spirit guides would like them to know for this month. What will be helpful for their highest good to know? Let's see. have metamorphosis, power and strength within. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. Being vulnerable doesn't mean that we go and tell people, all of the terrible things that we've done. It's being honest. You know what? I have fears. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I leave my socks all over the house. I leave the cover off the toothpaste. I'm not always the neatest person, but you know what? I am a really great cook, or I love to paint, and I do really great paintings. We have our good side and our bad, our good points and our bad points. Neither one is totally good, and neither one is totally bad. So be honest about your vulnerabilities. It's not necessary to hide them, because knowing what they are, it's self-awareness, knowing what our vulnerabilities are, that makes us strong, because we accept them and we understand them, and they're fine, they're okay. So metamorphosis, we have the angel Zadkiel, the angel of mercy. Very nice. I'm kind of liking this. And I'm going to pull a card from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is really not a tarot deck. It's an oracle deck, but it's Raven Phelan's tarot deck, and I accept that. It's a beautiful deck that I read intuitively. It's a pretty complicated deck, but I have learned it and studied it, but my favorite way of reading this deck is intuitively. So let's see what we get. Oh, 7 of Swords. Seven of Swords. Here's what it looks like. He's a little frightening, right? I have to tell you, I feel as though this really is talking about what Zadkiel, the message that Zadkiel brings to you. The 7 of Swords in the tarot is about someone taking something from you right in broad daylight, right under your nose, and you don't see it. You don't see it going on. You choose not to see it going on. That's what I'm going to say, because this person is doing this in broad daylight. This angel is telling you not to be deceived. It's black and white. It's stark in the black and whiteness of it. He's kind of, the eyes, it's just white eyes, yet I see wisdom there. I see wisdom. It's as though the angel doesn't need eyes to see, it already knows. And you know what? You are a person, you are people, Pisces, who are knowing people. That's part of your psychic ability, is that you know things. So pay attention to what you know. Don't put your blinders on. I feel as though that's what this card is telling you. Don't put your blinders on. Pay attention. Work on more self-awareness, and it's a time to work on your self-awareness in a big way. Not only your self-awareness, but being aware of who you are inviting in to your life. Why are you inviting them in? Are you weaker than them? Are they weaker than you? Or are you equal? Do you equally have, do you have an equal relationship? Is there a proper give and take? Or are you doing all the giving, and the other person is doing all the taking? You're not here in this lifetime to be a victim or a martyr. So that's where the self-awareness really comes in, because being either one robs you of the reason you're here, the lessons you're here to learn. Okay, oh, this is interesting. Okay, so this card is called Vesica Pisces. So this is the deck called The Secret Language of Light, and it's all about God's light and how it's transmitted to us at certain times in our life. So let's see what this card means. 26. Yeah, yes, this is, whole reading is kind of, this is exactly what I received in the meditation I did for you, the kind of information. So, this card says, the outside world feels more real than the inner world because we've been encouraged to focus more on what is outside of us. We have learned to give things that can be seen by others or touched. We have learned to give things that can be seen by others or touched by us more importance than what we feel. So, making decisions can become difficult when our awareness is focused away from our inner needs and wants. When our internal and external realities are integrated, decisions are clear and easily made. This leads to satisfaction as there is no resistance to your fulfillment. When we scan the myriad possibilities open to us in the manifested world, we will know what we want and will not feel overwhelmed. In this space, we become grateful for the decisions we have made and all the ones we will make in the future. So this card is, this light transmission is a symbol that shows how consciousness splits to know itself and expand life. From this place, it can reflect upon itself, seeing itself rather than just out from itself. So yes, okay, I understand this. This is the growth process. When we are able to become clear seeing observers of who we are, what we do, why we do it, what's important to us, what we will see is a splitting because we're growing. It's like cells multiplying. And so the light multiplies. Your consciousness multiplies. And, so you're being, your focus really needs to be on you. What is you and your self-awareness, awareness of your psychic gifts, because they're kind of upsetting to you at this time. And I know that there are a lot of things going on astrologically. I'm not an astrologer, but I watch some astrology videos on YouTube, and I understand that, there is a lot going on in the skies these days. But you're here to learn to trust your instincts. It's internal. Trust your intuition. Trust your knowing. Do you even know that you have these things working for you? I mean, they work for you. They're there to help you, as though they're spirit guides, So if you don't give any credence to your psychic side, you're doing yourself a disservice, because these things really kind of rule your life. If you don't know how to work with them, then it rules your life. Just like if you don't know how to handle your emotions, they're going to rule your life. All right? So that's what's happening. Actually, I'm going to pull some tarot cards, and I'll save these for later. Okay. Spirit of the divine, spirit guides for Pisces. Please help me to bring forward some clarity and understanding of the highest good of Pisces at this time, November 2022. And this is for sun, moon, and rising signs. All right. Oh, we have the Ace of Swords. What a great card. Clarity, victory, clear seeing, clear knowing. You know? Oh, I love it. This is yours. This is what works in your favor. Okay, that's what works in your favor, Pisces. You have the Star. You're in the midst of transformation. The butterfly there. It's not over yet. So what I'm going to say is that, you know, from the, let's see, late spring through the summer, you have been going through some major transformation, major change. You've made some very courageous moves in your life. What I felt when I did your meditation was that, okay, so I did this thing. I took this great courageous step in my life, and life was beautiful because I felt safe. I felt relieved of this constant unhappy energy. You moved on, but you know what? You didn't really do the work of the changing within yourself that needed to be done, because when we're in situations that we need the courage to get out and leave, you have your side of the street to take care of. You know, it's not all just the other person or the situation. You were in the situation. How did you get there? What drew you to that? What attracted you to this person? Do you understand what occurred there? Right now you're in a place where you're feeling safe and comfortable. There's not a lot being required or asked of you at this time, but this is beginning to come to a close, this period of time, because you need to make some changes. There's some changes you're needing to make in your life. Looking at what was your part is a major part of that change. Because without doing that, you're just going to get yourself into that same relationship or the same situation, something that feels exactly the same, and 5 years down the road, you're going to be in this place again. So, do you want to do that? I mean, I know we humans do that over and over and over until we get it. You have the Hierophant. You know, the Hierophant is the guard of the social order. The Hierophant creates the social order, what's acceptable in society and what is not. And you know what, Pisces? You intuitively, you don't care what the social order is, what the rules of society are, because you act from your intuition, your knowing. You have knowing. Your instincts tell you to do something, and you do it. And I'm not saying you're breaking the law. You may be going against what your neighbors think is the right thing to do. But you do what intuitively and what knowingly is the right thing in the situation. So here's you're different from most people because of this. And most people probably won't understand you, which would be very difficult for Pisces because Pisces is very, at your highest self, you're a very humble, loving, compassionate person. And it's hard for you to learn to set those boundaries where when other people criticize you, it's sort of like you just put up the hand as though, yeah, whatever. You can have your opinion, but I'm not really interested because I just do what I do because I know it's the right thing for me. This Hierophant is sort of like you're the mouse in its mouth. It's got you. The Hierophant has you at this moment. So maybe this is what's causing your discomfort and disease and the emotional discomfort I'm feeling for you. It's not easy to be different. It is not easy to be, especially with psychic, it doesn't matter what it is. It's not easy to be different. And we don't need to form a thick skin. That's not what we need to do. We need to be vulnerable and say, this is who I am, take it or leave it. Because that raises your vibration to attract other people like you. Rather than people who want to take advantage of you and be the emotional vampires and suck you dry of your energy or your money or your caretaking. That is not a fun life. Setting boundaries, self-awareness, understanding that even though you're different, it's a beautiful kind of different because it is your guide in this world. So, all right, let's see what else. What else does Spirit have for you and your guides and angels? Yeah, the Metamorphosis card. So power and strength lie within our surrender to change. And when we surrender to it, when we accept it, when we come to that place, it's a beautiful thing. I'm not taking those because of the way they fell. The Angel of Mercy. There we go. Let's see what we got. You have the Magician. The Magician is the conduit of God's will on earth. That's your job. Right under that Ace of Swords. I love this. So the Ace of Swords this is a kitten, and it's as though this is your birthright. These are your beautiful gifts, and you're receiving them as a child, but at some point, somebody starts taking advantage of what they perceive as weaknesses. Your parents say, pull up your bootstraps, stop crying. People don't have time for the emotionally sensitive person, and that's who you are. But these are gifts, and I'm hoping that you're coming to realize that these gifts are yours to be used in healing ways. And when we're healing others, we're healing ourselves because the energy comes through us and heals us as it goes out and heals others. So here's your Magician. This is your purpose. It's to bring healing to others. And that may not be medical healing. It may be healing of their spirit or their energy field or just by being in your presence because you have a merciful, compassionate, forgiving presence, and that brings healing to people, however that is. So this column seems to be what your gifts are. And then we have the World card, which, that makes sense to me because in this year, you've had a major change, a major cycle has ended, whether you had left a relationship and hadn't been one in a long time, and you just you recently met someone, and you're developing a relationship, but it's the old relationship. That's the cycle that completed. Or you've recently left a relationship. So let's see. What I have to say about this card is that when one cycle ends, another begins. So when one cycle ends, another begins. You're kind of resting on your laurels right now because, you've just put in a lot of hard work. But I have to tell you that you can't be there forever. There's some action that needs to be taken in order for you to move forward in a way that's going to bring you happiness. Okay? The next card, Five of Swords. This is kind of interesting. This is the most interesting Five of Swords. I'm wondering, I feel like that's you in the center. And the Rider-Waite Five of Swords, this deck is a combination of the Rider-Waite and the Thoth. In the Rider-Waite, the person in the center would typically be the bully, stealing everybody's weapons from them. But in this card, everybody's got their back turned to this person, and this person has their hands over their ears, as though they are bullying him by not including him as one of, in the group. It's like the spotlight is on him. And they've got their backs turned. Well, I'm reading that intuitively. And you know what? You got the Hierophant here. You could be the victim of the Hierophant if you want. Or you can come to understand your psychic ways, your sensitivities, learn how to use them, and tell a Hierophant, I understand what you're saying, and just leave him be. You don't need to explain anything. But right now, that's not where it's at because you're kind of being persecuted somehow. It could be large or small. People are treating you by turning their back on you because you're different. What I want to say is, you know what? You're different in a very extraordinary way that can help you more than any material example of success could show. In America and around the world, we're successful because of what we have materially. Why? Because we're so focused outside of ourselves. We're so focused on what's outside of ourselves. And when, what's inside? Well, I'm too focused on the outside to pay attention to the inside. You're paying attention. If you start paying attention to the inside, you may be an outcast in some circles, but believe me, you'll have a lot of friends in others, and you'll have a delightful time with them. So I wonder if you're feeling that way now, or if this is part of the old paradigm you were living in. Pisces. Okay, let's see. Spirit of God and spirit guides for Pisces, consciousness of Pisces, sun, moon, and rising signs. Come on, cards. I really like the Ace of Swords and the Magician here, and the Star in the World, and you know the columns of cards really are telling a part of the story. You have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is legacy wealth, the kind of wealth that lasts for generations and generations. There's a bear, two beautiful poodles. Oh no, that's a poodle. I thought it was a bear. It's like the poodle, the older poodle that made all the money, made all the wealth. And here are the generations who get to experience that great wealth that they didn't make. That great wealth that they didn't make. So what great wealth do you have you made, that your children and their children are afforded, and are they taking advantage of it? Are they appreciative of it? Do they make their own wealth? Or do they just take it? Because, you know, you have created in very positive ways throughout your life. It's not all bad. You know, it's not all bad. It's, you know, there's as much good as bad, but as difficult. But what have you created that these young pups? Are they taking advantage of it? Are they appreciative? Are they supportive of you now that you're older? Are they helping you out? That's an important question. Another thing is, when you have these kind of gifts, they're usually passed on to family members. I'm not a Pisces, but I definitely have these gifts, and so do many of my family members, you know, over the generations. So what are you teaching them about your gifts? If you're pushing them down, pushing them aside, not understanding how they affect you in a real way in your life. You know, you may not be able to touch it, but it's there, believe me. So what are you teaching your offspring and your extended family about your gifts and how you value them? Page of Cups thing. That's so funny. Page of Cups comes under the Star and the World. This is your clairsentience. So the fish, the psychic ability, is whispering into the dog's ear. That's his clairsentience. Pay attention. You're getting these messages. Pay attention to this information that you're getting. If you don't know how to use it, find someone who is a teacher of psychic development. By the way, I do offer. I'm teaching a class right now. All right, your next card, beautiful, is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is about, you know, abundance in the material world. And abundance isn't just material things. You may have an abundance of love for someone that, you know, does not show materially. But it's seen, it can be seen because of the way you look at this person and the way that person looks at you, by the holding of hands, by the affection between you. It's not necessarily material, but it can be seen. This little dog is looking up at that coin, which is her gift. Pentacles is the gift of the earth signs. in great gratitude for her gift. And I'm going to say that it's a signal for you to also, I don't have to do that, for you to also be grateful. Understand the gift that you've been given in this lifetime and how powerful it is for you. This is a card of birthright wealth. We all have a birthright. We're, divine. That's what we're here for, is to just enjoy our lives and experience the great abundance rather than pushing it away or saying it's not good for us. This queen knows the value of that coin and what it can do for her and for her kingdom, how it can bring greater and greater wealth and luxury into their lives. Your gift can also do that. She's a queen who understands her gifts and uses them for the betterment of others. This is also a gift that you can use and understand for the benefit of others and for the betterment of others. Okay. Next we have, what is this deck? The Guiding Light Oracle. Okay, I think you get the picture because it's kind of like clear. It's clear, Pisces. Go for it. I say go for it. It may be difficult, may not be easy, but you know what are you doing every day anyway? What else do you have to do? You can, old or young, middle-aged with kids and a husband, you can find the time because you know what? You're as important as everybody else. And maybe right now you're more important. That's what I say. It's important for you to understand how to take care of yourself. Because you are not your average bear. Okay. Vibrational match. There you go. Bingo. You are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. I remember doing a reading for you. I think maybe it was June, where you were walking through a valley of crystals or something like that. That you were really in tune with who you are, the beautiful gifts that you are here to offer. And I feel like something happened that you've forgotten that already. But it says here that you are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. Well, that's true if you're doing the work. Life does not just happen to us. It's not fate. There are a lot of things that we have no control over, but there are a lot of things that we do have control over. And I hope that you are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences, because that means that you're learning about yourself and you're growing and you're understanding why your behaviors contributed to where you are in life today, and how you can use them to help others, the understanding of those behaviors to help others. Okay, vibrational match, really nice. Okay, we got Metatron. Gonna take a card from Archangel Metatron. Okay, let's see, what does Metatron have to say? Detach from drama. Look up, yeah. Look up. You are. I think you are looking up. Detach from drama. You don't need to get involved in anybody's drama. The angel of mercy walks right past drama, is not interested in drama, because drama is not something that can be helped. You know, you can't help someone get out of drama. I mean, that's a negative energy, and you are raising your vibration. All right, so you walk past the drama and the negativity because you have no business there. Yes, very nice. Thank you, Pisces. I've enjoyed doing a reading for you. I'm, I think I'm seeing some positive changes here. I think that I'm seeing that you have learned some lessons, and this time of feeling uncomfortable emotionally, I think is going to be short term. You know, we're all kind of going through some difficult emotions right now, and some of them we don't really understand. Um, it could just be something that we have to sit with and let it rot and ride it out. Um, it just doesn't help when we're not feeling good otherwise. But anyway, you know, Archangel, the Angel of Mercy, Zadkiel, he looks a little scary here, but I got to tell you, he's asking us to be, you know, I'm not Pisces. He's asking you, Pisces, to be grown up, to understand that you do have um, a serious service that you're here to offer the world. So don't look down on yourself, don't belittle yourself, because it's serious and it's important and it's worthy, it's esteemable, it's respectable, even though some people may view you as being different. That part of that consciousness in the world is definitely changing. So expand your psychic abilities, come to understand them, learn about them. Okay. Thank you. Have a great month. I will see you soon. Bye bye.